That to remember.
Good morning to everybody. Thank you very much to attend our webinar today. So today we would like to present you an important reform for custom. This reform is named Delta IE. But first of all, two words just to introduce ourselves. I'm Matilde Gilardi. I'm the director of the consulting department, and I'm here today with Fariza.
Hello everyone, I'm Fariza. I work with Matilde at the VAT and Customs department at TEVEA.
Okay, so thank you, Fariza, to be with me today. We hope that you all took the time to see our short video on YouTube introducing this webinar. But if not, you are maybe wondering why today we are discussing custom topic. We can say that the answer is very simple. Indirect taxation, and in particular VAT, is deeply linked to custom. For example, to be more specific, we know that the deduction for VAT import and the exemption for export operation is linked to custom documents, and in particular to compliant custom documents. So this is why today we think that it's very important to give you an overview on this reform, because this reform is focused on a big ban, on a big change for custom documents. So we can maybe give you an overview on the plan. We will start with a global introduction on this reform, Delta IE. So what this reform is about, the purpose of the reform. Then a little bit, a short introduction on the background of this reform, which are the legal basis of the reform, who is concerned. The timeline, we will see that it is just, it's like a moving timeline. It's changing a lot. And then a focus on the main changes, and in particular on the changes for custom documents. Fariza, let you start with the general overview on the reform and the purpose of this reform.
So what is this reform about? Delta IE is a new system of customs clearance that will be offered by the French customs. So we'll see the timeline later, but it will be for import and for export, but only import clearance will be offered in a first stage, and then Delta IE will be offered also for export. In the long run, Delta IE will replace all existing customs clearance IT applications, and the Delta H7, which already exists, will remain applicable for the shipments that do not exceed 150 euros. So I will let Matilde tell you where this reform comes from.
Yeah, the background of these reforms, not surprise, is a European background. It's linked to the implementation of the custom code. Today, you will see we will focus on the implementation of this reform, particularly for France. So Delta IE and the implementation, the timeline, the change on custom documents in France. But keep in mind that this is a global reform for Europeans, and it is a part of three main projects, three main big projects, which will be implementing in the next 10 years in order to optimize and simplify the custom clearance in Europe. So we have a first project concerning the import clearance system, another project concerning the export clearance and the follow-up of the exportation, and then we have this very big project to have a centralized common custom clearance in Europe. So Delta EIE is the first step in order to attempt this proposal.
So who is concerned by Delta IE? Actually, all traders that will import goods from territories outside the European Union, and their customs representative will be concerned. It will also concern all traders that export goods from the European Union to outside the European Union. But in a second time, as we already said it before, it will also cover trade between France and overseas territories as its export territories from a customs point of view.
So basically, if you are performing international operation, import and export, especially import, because like said by Fariza, it's the first flow which will be interested by Delta IE, you are concerned by this, okay? Your custom broker, your custom representative or custom agent is concerned as well. And it is really important to have an overview on this point.
Yes.
So concerning the timeline, I said at the beginning that it's like a moving timeline because we have some delay with the implementation of Delta E because, like we said, it's a big change. So there was a new provisional calendar published by French Custom at the beginning of 2024. I think it was February. And this calendar said that the transitional phase will begin in autumn, in particularly in November 2024. So the transitional period for the import part. It was provided that the transitional period expired in 6 months later. So it means that for 6 months you have these two systems which are both valid in order to import in France. So you have the old system who will be still available during the transitional period, and then the new Delta IE already implemented like a testing phase for operator. Okay, so this was the news at the beginning of 2024, but today, if you check on the customer website, you will see that there is a new planning underway. So our understanding is that this transitional phasing is once again reported maybe at the beginning of 2025. So for the moment, we have not any fixed information to give you, but our advice is to keep in mind that in any case, if it is delayed, it will be maybe 2-3 months, not more. So it's important to now discuss internally and with your custom broker and with us, if you want, in order to try to implement this reform.
Yes. So what are the main changes implemented by Delta IE? Actually, there are many changes that will be put in place by this reform. I will develop only 2 of them because these changes are the most important for us as VAT experts. So the first big change is the end of the SAD, so Single Administrative Document, the customs declaration as we know it today. So this custom declaration will disappear for a new custom declaration that will now be just a set of data that will be sent electronically by the operator directly to the customs. So we will elaborate on this matter in the next slides because it's really important for us as the customs documents are documents that we analyze on a daily basis. So this is the first big change. The other one is the extension of the time limit for filling electronic rectification and invalidation requests. So for the customs declaration that were issued, you will have now 3 years in order to ask for a rectification, compared to 12 months now. And also the elements declared that can be amended will be extended. So you will have the possibility to modify more things that you can now. There are other changes that are more IT and technical changes. So you will have them in the slides as we are sharing it with you when it's over. But I will not focus on them now. So about this new custom declaration, Article 6, paragraph 1 of the UCC states that all exchanges of information shall be made through an electronic data processing techniques. So this is why this reform occurs now. Yes, it's because this new custom declaration is designed to be an electronic message sent to the customs, and it's no longer this A4 format that we know with the SAD today. So changing this custom declaration is a way for the customs to harmonize the information and the data elements sent to the customs in the different member states. And the aim is to define, structure, enrich, and better organize the data sent to the customs to facilitate their collection and their use.
Yes, it's a better follow-up of import and export document as well. And in this proposal of collaboration between member states, it's simpler to cross-check electronic data than A4 paper documents. So it's really in this proposal to create a collaboration between member states, which is not really the case today for custom purpose, and global custom clearance and global, we hope, global regulation, because for the moment customs still is really different from a country to another. Even if we have a union custom code, we have the practice. It's very different between member states. Sorry, Fariza, I interrupt you.
So about this new customs declaration, there are several types of declaration with their own data sets. So there will be 3. So the organization of the new customs declaration has been expanded from 2 to 3 segments, with the creation of a general segment GS, and the different levels in a declaration in which the data set is to be Oops, I'm sorry.
I can see the slide.
You can see them?
Yes, I can.
I cannot.
I can see it's slide
Okay.
slide 5. It's okay for
So
you.
yes, I'm sorry. So the three different data sets are the following. So it's D for data element required at declaration header level, DS for data elements required at goods shipment level, and SI for data elements required at goods item level. And I will let you, Matilde, for the next slide.
Okay, thank you. So we have this data, electronic data, which will appear, and we have some data which will appear in several segments of the declaration. We will see in the next slide that the data will be a lot, 120 data. So in this context, we have some organization of this data by groups. And you will see in the slide that in particular, we will have 10 groups of data. Each group contains main important information. So if you have a look very quickly to the group 11, it's concerning the custom procedure and some data concerning the wall declaration. Then you have group 12 regarding the documents linked to the custom data. 13, the parties, who is the exporter, who is the importer, the declarant, customer representative, the seller, and the buyer. So this is an update. Then you have 14, the value of the operations, statistical value, and so more. It's a very important group, and so on. We put in the next slide, I guess, or in the source, yes, in the next slide, the link to the website to the custom authority with the table with a complete description of these 10 groups. Just for information, the French Custom Authority website for this chapter concerning the implementation of Delta IE, you have information in both language, French and English. So we checked it carefully before to put it in the slide, because sometimes you have only information available in French language. This is not the case. So all the links in our slides are on the website for the English part. Okay, so you have this table. It's a big green table. A little bit.
Yes, you can see.
Yes, a little bit helpful to check with the group, and you have this. Keep in mind for general information that the electronic data are almost 120. For the main part, they are data already known. So it means that these data are today already indicated in the boxes of the current custom import or export documents. But you will have, and we will discuss about it in the next slide, some changes. So it means that some data are split, some data are modified, so are presented in another way, and you have clearly some new data. Okay, but just don't worry, because 120 seems a lot. It is a lot, but for the main part, you already know this data, and your custom broker is already managing this information. Okay. So concerning the focus on the new declaration, Fariza, can you tell us a little bit more?
Okay, so about this customs declaration, so we saw that it's only a set of data that will be shared to the customs authorities, but French customs will continue to offer a printable version of the customs declaration in a PDF format. And this model has been determined at a national level, and actually you can see it here. So you have the actual SAD on the left and the future customs declaration on the right. So it will be like this, but it's in 4 pages. So you only have the first one here.
Yeah, it's a little bit. You will see better once we send you the slide, but you can already see the differences. If you can switch the slide on the next one, you can see the different organization. Okay, so the current model is clearly based on boxes, and for the other, each chapter is corresponding to the groups which mentioned earlier. So it's a different organization of these 120 data elements. Once again, we are presenting you the printable version available for France, donc available for in the French custom site. We imagine that all European countries will offer a printable version, but this is like to help operator in this changing. But keep in mind that for the law, which will be important, is the data, electronic data sent by your custom broker to the custom at the moment of custom clearance. So this is just a help document for you, for operator, to follow up, to archive, to have this version in paper, but the important things will be the data communicate at the moment of the custom clearance.
So, as Matilde said previously, some data has been modified, and there is also new data, and there is also boxes that have been fit in the new customs declaration. So some data have been modified. For example, representative and declarant that are currently mixed in the box 14 of the SAD will be declared in different elements in the future customs declaration. So you have the headings here. Oops. And another example is that the data element exporter becomes mandatory even in an import declaration, whereas it is currently optional. Also, the customs declaration will contain new data. Among them, you have the transport document with which the goods were brought into the customs territory. The concept of buyer and seller, which appear in the new custom declaration, and these elements must be shared with the customs authorities when different from the nation of importer or exporter. So you have these new elements, but actually the amount of new data is rather limited in the new customs declaration. So here we decided to mention an example with the box we all know, the box 44, which is the catch-all box of the actual SAD. And we wanted to present you the future of this box 44. So you have this table here. We only decided to present you this part regarding the box 44, but this is a correspondence table between actual boxes of the SAD with the future set of data of the Delta IE system. So
yes, it's a complete one. You can find out all the references concerning all boxes and the new ones. It's a very long guideline.
Yes,
available on the
customs
website
yes.
in English version. So hopefully your custom broker already check it. Maybe double check with him if it's not the case.
Yes.
But concerning box 44, we can see that it's a big change.
Actually, many data have been split in other headings of the new custom declaration. For example, additional information is now in thematic group 12, dedicated to document, certificate, and authorization. And national additional codes are now in the thematic group 18. Dedicated to group identification, and you have here all the details of the headings used in the new declaration. So the elements of box 44 still all exist in the future declaration, but it's only split in different headings.
Yeah, they are split in different segments, in different groups, and they are also presented in another way, actually. And we decided to focus on this box because because we are discussing each month for your VAT return for the most part of you, and we focus a lot on this box 44 because for fiscal purpose it's the most important. We have other ones, box 2 for exportation, box 8, box 14, which is indicating the declarant of declaration, mode of representation. We know that the whole custom document for both import and export must be compliant in each boxes, but it is true that this box 44, it's like the queen or the king of the custom document compliance. This is why we put in particular this section of the table, and it will be really an update which we have to follow up very carefully in order to be sure that all the data which are currently indicated in the current custom document method are correctly reported in the new organization. So what we can do for you? So like we said today, it was just a very general overview on this reform because we saw that there are a lot of delay, but we think that it's important to begin to discuss of this point and to give you some information, some key in order for you to discuss with your custom broker in order to check that he's carefully following up this custom reform and he's getting ready for this changing. From our side, you know that we are handling both operational advisory on indirect taxation, VAT, plastic tax, CBAM, but also for custom purpose. Some of you had some custom mission with us, with our department. So we are here in order to support you, to explain you the main changes of this reform, customize these changes on your flow, on your actual situation. We have hotline available also for a custom propose. We can discuss to your custom broker, custom representative. And just you to keep in mind, for all custom subject, we are specialized more of all for French custom subject and custom mission. We are working with a custom lawyer with a very big experience in custom, 30 years. So we can support you in this change. And we will keep you updated with other information once they will be available on our YouTube page with short video, or LinkedIn page, or another webinar if necessary. So I think that for the moment that's all. We will send you our support with all the link. Then in the last page, Fariza puts all the links available for useful and available on the website in order to carefully check all the correspondences and the changes. In the meantime, you have our email address in the first page, our direct contact, me and Fariza, and then you have our general email address, but customer services. So don't hesitate to write us, and we will answer to all your questions. So I think that for today it's all, Fariza.
Yes, it's also.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we are keeping in touch. Thank you very much. Bye. Have a nice day.